Assalamu alaikum dear students. This is your IYS teacher for class 7. I hope you all have done your previous works and homeworks and classwork as they were needed. Again I am instructing you, kindly do not ask questions in the middle of the teaching. If you have any query, any question, ask after finishing the teaching. You can ask questions after 9:35. Today we are starting unit number 4. The name is Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. You can see on the screen as well. Let me introduce this first. So for introduction of the lesson, open page number 51 of your coursebook. Page number 51 of your coursebook. I am reading the introduction. Read the following excerpt from Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry by Mildred D. Taylor, which is a sequel to her novella titled Song of the Trees. Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry had won the Newbery Medal in 1977. Taylor is an African American author who is known for her works that explore the struggles of African American families based in the south of the US. So let me explain the introduction. So your novel, Roll of Thunder. Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry is a novel written by Mildred D. Taylor, which is written in 1976. Actually, she wrote a novella, means a short novel named Song of the Trees in 1975. And it was an event of this novella, and afterwards, in 1976, Mildred D. Taylor wrote a complete novel in which she discussed the problems of African American people, means problems of Black Americans. African American means Black Americans who live in the south of US. She was herself a Black American, and her novel won the Newbery Medal in 1977. Now, let me tell that what is in this lesson. There are 4 characters in this lesson who are sibling, means who are brother and sisters of each other. Number 1 is Stacy, who is 12 years old, and second one is Christopher John, who is 7 years old, then Little Man, who is 6 years old, and at the last, Cassie, who is 9 years old and who is the narrator, means the storyteller as well, means she is telling the story. They all live in a rural, means a village area of Mississippi. You know what is Mississippi? Mississippi is a state of America. In this lesson, they are going to school after summer vacation. It was also the first day of their new classes. It is a hot and dry day, and the road is very dusty. But only Little Man is curious about the school because he wants to remain neat and clean, as he was first time going to school. So recently he was admitted in the school. Now let's discuss the name of the novel. It is Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. Roll means movement in which someone or something turns. And thunder, you know, it's a loud crashing noise we hear after a lightning flash. So, by the name, we can understand that in the novel, children would be suffering from some problem. Maybe not in this extract. So, I'm going to read all the paragraphs one by one and explain as well. and I will try to tell you the meanings of the difficult word before explaining. So the para number 1. So little man, could you come on, keep it up, and you are gonna make us late. So what is gonna? Gonna is going to. So actually they are using contraction. You know, in the dialogue, people use contractions. Okay. So writer is using contraction. So who is saying this? In this para, Cassie is asking her younger brother, little man, to walk quickly, otherwise they will be late for school. Now I am reading para number 2. My youngest brother paid no attention to me, grasping more firmly his newspaper wrapped notebook and his tin can lunch of cornbread and oil sausages. He continued to concentrate on the dusty road. He lagged several feet behind my brothers, Stacy and Christopher John, and me, attempting to keep the dusty Mississippi dust from swelling with each step and drifting back into his shiny black shoes and the cuffs of his corduroy pants by lifting each foot high before setting it gently down again. Always meticulously neat, 6-year-old little man never allowed dirt, tears, or stains to mar anything he owned. Today was no exception. So, you know cornbread, it is written at the end of the page. It means cornbread, a bread containing flour from maize or corn. And oil sausages, it is also written sausages in oil. You know, sausages is a food. Sausages in oil, usually cotton seeds oil, kept in the container. Okay, and other meanings, lag means to fail to keep up, and meticulously means very carefully, precisely. Mar, mar is spoil in the last
Yeah.
line. And tear means a hole or break. Okay, so now let me explain. Her brother, even my brother paid no attention means the brother of narrator, the storyteller. Her brother paid no attention and he continued walking very slowly. He was holding a notebook which was covered with old newspaper and his tin lunch container. Okay, his container was like a capsule which contained cornbread and oil sausages. He was just concentrating the dusty road as he was walking very slowly, so he remained several feet behind his siblings. I mean, Stacy, Christopher John, and the narrator means Stacy, means Cassie. He was trying to keep away the rising dust from his shoes and bottom of his pants. Little man always kept his shoes neat and clean, and that day was had no exception. He was also trying to keep his shoes and clothes neat and clean. Now there is a question in this para. They are asking what is the youngest child wearing? Can you answer? He is wearing a corduroy pants and neat and clean shoes. Okay, this is the answer. Now I am reading para number 3. You keep it up and make us late for school. Mama's gonna wear you out. I threatened, pulling with exasperation at the high collar of the Sunday dress Mama had made me wear for the first day of the school. Now turn the page. If that were something special, it seemed to me that showing up at school at all on a bright August like October morning, made for running the cool first trails and wading barefoot in the forest pond was concession enough. Sunday clothing was asking too much. Christopher John and Stacy were not too pleased about the clothing or school either. Only little man just beginning his school career found the prospect of both intriguing. Now turn the page back. Okay, so here wear out means it's a phrasal verb. It means punishment, to punish. And exasperation means anger. And Sunday dress. What do you understand by Sunday dress? Means a person's best or newest clothes. And on the other page, page number 52, there are some words. Means trails means tracks, or wedding means to crumble or crush something. Okay, or prospect means view, scene, and the last line intriguing means to carry out a secret plan. You will find in the words meaning as well. Now, okay, now I am explaining. Cassie means the narrator. Okay, the storyteller asked him, the little man, to move quickly, and she was herself not feeling easy because she was wearing her new clothes because it was the first day of the session. Now, although it was month of October, but the weather was warm like August. In her opinion, in this type of weather, she wanted to run on the cool tracks and, and walk in the forest pond. Christopher John and Stacy were not happy as well by going to school or wearing the new clothes. Only little man was very happy because first time he was going to school. He was starting his school career and he had seen that both of his brothers, who were his brothers? Stacy and Christopher John, they were making their shoes dirty intentionally, or maybe we can say deliberately. So now let's come on para number 4. You all, you all go ahead and get dirty if you all wanna. He replied without even looking up from his studied steps. Me, I'm gonna stay clean. Here again, the writer has used contraction. Y means you, and wanna means want to. Okay, gonna means again going to. So, what they are saying in this para, the little man said that if they all want to get dirty themselves, so they do it. He wanted to remain neat and clean, and he continued walking very slowly. He did not listen to anybody. So there is a question again for para number 4. How does the youngest child react to being told off? Told off means scolded, whatever. Okay, so what is the answer? He did not listen to anybody. He continued walking very, very slowly. Now, para number 5. Christopher John, walking between Stacy and me, glanced uneasily at both of us but did not interfere. A short, round boy of 7, he took little interest in troublesome things, preferring to remain on good terms with everyone. Yet he was always sensitive to others, and now shifting the handle of his lunch can from his right hand to his right wrist and his smudged notebook from his left hand to his left armpit. He stuffed his free hands into his pockets and attempted to make his face as moody as Stacy's and as cranky as mine. But after a few moments, he seemed to forget that he was supposed to be grouchy and began whistling cheerfully. There was little that could make Christopher John unhappy for very long, not even the thought of his school. Okay, so there are some difficult words. What do you understand? What is the meaning of smudged? Smudge means to spread a substance, and stuff means silent, depressed, upset. Asking. Okay, then grouchy means easily upset, angry. Okay, I hope you got all the meanings of the difficult words. Now, let me explain. So, this para means para number 5 is all about Christopher John. He was walking in between his sister Cassie and older brother Stacy. He was listening to the conversation that little man was pointing out him as well for making shoes dirty, but he did not say anything. He was a fat boy and his age was 7. He did not like those things which were annoying for others or make others angry. He liked to keep everybody happy and he was caring for others as well. He was holding his lunch can, means the container, in his right hand and holding his notebook in the left hand. He wanted to make his both hands free. For this purpose, he did not ask anybody for help. He shifted his lunch can from right hand to his right wrist. And okay, he brought his lunch can upper side of his hand and his notebook, which was smudged, means it was a weight because of some substance, and that substance must be his sweat, and the sweat was spreading on his notebook. He shifted it in from his left hand to his left armpit. Now his both hands were empty, so he put them in the pockets. After listening to Little Man, to show he had to try to show himself silent and depressed like Stacy, and weak and unwell like the narrator, means Cassie, his sister. But after some moments, he forgot everything that he had to show his anger, as he was habitual for remaining happy, so he started whistling happily. Actually, there was only rare things which could make him unhappy, means mostly he remained happy. Nobody could make him unhappy. Okay, now let's start para number 6. I tugged again at my collar and dragged my feet in the dust, allowing it to sift back onto my socks and shoes like gritty red snow. I hated the dress and the shoes. There was little I could do in the inner dress, and as for shoes, they imprisoned freedom-loving feet accustomed to the feel of the warm earth. So, tug means pull or drag, and drag means pull. Gritty means sand with stones. Gritty means sand with stones. Okay, and accustomed means make familiar to use. Okay, you got the meanings of the difficult words. So let me explain it. The narrator, means Cassie, was uneasy because of a stiff collar as she was wearing the new dress. So she pulled her collar and she was dragging her feet in the dust, trying to stay sand and stones on her shoes and socks. as she was enjoying playing in snow. As it was too hot in this type of warm weather, Cassie was quite uneasy in the new dress and so as in the shoes. Obviously nothing she could do, but the only thing that she was making them familiar with the warm earth means she was putting the soil of the earth on her socks and shoes, and the dust was moving around her feet like clouds. Now, para number 7. Cassie, Cassie, stop that. Stacy snapped as the dust billowed in swirling clouds around my feet. I looked up sharply, ready to protest. Christopher John's whistling increased to a raucous, nervous shrill, and grudgingly I let the matter drop and trudged along in moody silence, my brothers growing as passively quiet as I. So there are some difficult words. Snap means to speak sharply, then below, to roll in a large wave, then swirling means moving round, or protest means loud. A protest means to make a strong objection. Shrill, raucous means loud and annoying. Okay? Shrill means a high pitched voice, or pensively in a thoughtful manner. Pensively in a thoughtful manner. You will get the word's meaning, don't worry. Okay, so let me explain it. Okay. Stacy spoke angrily to stop when he saw dust was rising in the shape of clouds around Cassie's feet. He looked at she looked at him angrily, okay, to object, but at the same time, Christopher John's whistling became very loud and annoying, and the sound was showing that he was nervous as well. So unwillingly, she did not fight. She did not start fight, or she did not say anything to anybody of them. Now she was walking fairly, as she was very tired, and silently as well. Her brothers followed followed her, and they were also as silent as she was. I hope you have understood the lesson. Now let's come towards words meaning. Okay, so this work you have to do in the copy. So there are 13 words. Number 1 is lag. Lag means to fail to keep up. Then corduroy. Corduroy is a fabric, commonly cotton. Then wear out. Wear out means to punish. It's a phrasal verb. Then prospect. Prospect and view, seen. Intrigue. Then to carry out a secret plan. Smudge, to spread a substance. Cranky, cranky means weak or unwell. Grouchy, grouchy means easily upset or angry. Next word is accustom. Accustom means to make familiar, to use. Raucous means loud and annoying. Then next word is grudgingly. Grudgingly means unwillingly. Trudge means to walk wearily. Then passively means in a thoughtful manner. Okay, just take the screenshot. Okay, students, I hope you have taken the screenshot. Now let's come towards the question answers. The question number 1 is, where are the children going? I hope you have understood. Okay, the answer is they are going to school. The second question is, what kind of weather is described in the story? So, it is very hot. The weather is very hot and dry. The question number 3 is, what time of year is it? So, the answer is, it is beginning of the new school year, October, though it seems like August. The next question is, what food they are carrying for lunch? They are carrying cornbread and oil sausages for lunch. Now take the screenshot. Quickly students, take the screenshot. Now let's move. Next question. Question number 5 is, how many characters are there and who are they? How many characters? I hope you have understood. There are 4 characters. Number 1 is Little Man, then Christopher John, then Cassie and Stacy. The next is, can you guess where the story is set? Means what is the scene of the story? What is the place of the story? And the answer is, the story is set in Mississippi. We can understand this from the reference to Mississippi dust. Okay. The next is, why are the characters finding it difficult to make progress? Why? Okay, the answer is the heat, the dusty road, and the children's reluctance to go to school, except for little men, make progress difficult. Okay, I'm repeating. The heat, the dusty road, and the children's reluctance to go to school, except for little man, make progress difficult because they are moving very slowly towards the school. Now take the screenshot as well. Okay, I hope you have taken the screenshot. Now there is an essay for you. You are going to write an essay. The name of the essay is Being Superstitious is Dangerous. What is superstitious? So, superstitious is an adjective. And what is the noun? Okay, the noun is, that is superstition. Superstition means a belief or beliefs not based on human reason or scientific knowledge. And superstitious means easily influenced by superstitions. Now let's see the essay. Okay, so you can take the screenshot. I'm reading for you. Everyone has at least one superstition that he or she follows, whether they will admit it or not. Whether it is from a certain religion or legend passed down from their ancestors, it is in human nature to come up with something to believe in, however obscure and ridiculous it may be. Many of these superstitions can dramatically affect a person's life. The second para. Friday the 13th is thought as the most unlucky day of the year. Some people take it so seriously that they develop a morbid, irrational fear called paraskevidecatria phobia. It's a name of a fear. There are over 21 million people affected by this fear in the United States alone. Many people avoid driving and ships do not sail. Others do not even go to work or eat in restaurants, and they do not dare schedule a wedding on Friday, the 13th at all. One of the sadder and more pathetic Superstition is the belief that black cats are possessed by evil spirits just because of the color of its fur. People try People try to get it as far away from it as possible. Over the years, people have figured out certain rules that determine whether contact with cats would bring good luck or bad luck. So we must avoid being superstitious because it is very dangerous and harmful for us physically and mentally. Our religion also does not allow us to believe in superstitions. So this is the ending of your essay. Take the screenshot of your essay and there is okay. I hope you have taken the screenshot of the essay. Now let's come towards your homework. The homework is make a title page of unit number 4, then write words meaning. You can say copy down words meaning and question answers in your fair copy. Then write down essay being superstitious is dangerous in your fair copy. Okay, and then at the composition side you can take the screenshot of the homework, and then number 4 is write an essay yourself. Okay, write essay on my favorite personality. It's very easy, that's why you can write very easily. Okay, so this is your homework, so take the screenshot. Okay students, so this is end of my teaching. Allah Hafiz.